What's up everyone, AU5 here with yet another Serum tutorial. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to do sidechain ducking with SerumFX. In the process, I will also be showing you how to create a sidechain bus, as well as how to send multiple MIDI notes to one plugin for optimized MIDI triggering. The methods I'm using for this can be used for a multitude of effects, and hopefully can inspire you to explore beyond the bounds of what I'll be demonstrating. What is sidechain ducking? Simply put, it is another way to emulate sidechain compression without a compressor. What is sidechain compression? It is the reduction of volume of the instruments each time a kick or a snare hits. When done properly, it can give the illusion of loud and punchy drums without them being significantly louder than the rest of the instruments. How do we sidechain duck with SerumFX? Well, SerumFX was not made for doing this, so we have to do some unconventional stuff to get it to work how we like. Before going into SerumFX, I need to do some preparation. For this to work, we will need to be using a drum rack. Then we need to determine how we will be routing our tracks into the sidechain effect. For the demonstration, I have my song Atlantis stemmed out, but with the kick and the snare still in MIDI. There is also no sidechain compression or ducking, as you can hear when I play it. My method for routing for sidechaining is a quite simple one. First, I will create a return track. Route the outputs of my groups, tracks, or stems I want to duck to sends only. And then turn up the send to the return track. Doing this will sum all of my group outputs to the return track without getting a duplicate signal sent to the master. We are effectively creating what is called a bus. Now we can affect all of our tracks with just one plugin. At this stage, we could use a compressor to achieve sidechaining, but I prefer something more surgical, like SerumFX. Let's put SerumFX on our return track. Now that we have our groups routed, we have to tell SerumFX what will be triggering it. This is where using a drum rack is essential. In the drum rack, we need to click the chain list button to show our chains. We want to place an external instrument plugin into our chain. Then click the I/O button. We need to route our MIDI receive note to all notes. This will trigger the external instrument plugin whenever any note in the drum rack is played. Alternatively, if we only want specific drums to send a MIDI trigger, we can put the external instrument plugin onto a chain in the individual cells by creating an instrument rack first and then dropping the external instrument into here. Next, we want to route the MIDI to the track that SerumFX is on, and make sure SerumFX is selected in the box below. Now our MIDI is routed. Let's go over to SerumFX. In SerumFX, we need to find a way to reduce the gain of our input signal to achieve ducking. The best way I have discovered is by using the distortion effect. Turn on distortion, set the mode to cross shaper, click Edit A, and then select the preset Flat 0. This will ensure that any input value will output a value of 0 or silence. Make sure the drive is set to 0. By routing an LFO to the mix knob and inverting its modulation, we create a volume envelope. Let's create a ramp up to emulate a sidechain compressor being triggered. For this to effectively trigger by MIDI, set the LFO to envelope mode. Turn on Note Latch, and turn up the release of envelope 1. Doing this prevents the LFO position from stopping midway due to too short of a MIDI note playing. Note Latch ensures that the LFO is open before a MIDI note is played. Otherwise, we will get silence until the first drum hits. Let's have a listen. Nice. By adjusting our rate and tweaking the LFO itself, we have full precise control over our gain reduction curve. By automating the mix knob, we have a wet-dry control over the intensity of the ducking. If you want to get even more technical, you can map the mix or the LFO rate to the velocity curve so that lower velocity drum hits trigger a less drastic effect. You could even map multiple LFOs with different curves to the mix or cut off of a filter or an EQ peak. You can use it to modulate anything really. The possibilities are endless, so keep experimenting. Let's keep pushing the boundaries of electronic music production because we are the innovators of the future of music. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you have any ideas or suggestions to share. As always, stay creative, stay inspired. Thanks for watching.